Hello, everybody. I'm Chilyn, and today we're here again to talk about the immune system. I know and I believe after this pandemic outbreak, many people start to understand the immune system better than before. But today we're going to talk even more detail about how our immune system function, understand more about our immune cells, and of course, what could help you if you're looking to improve your immune system. All right, so let's get started. Now, why do we need immune system? And for sure, I know all of you here knows that an immune system is to protect us from the invasion of pathogens. Commonly, the bacteria, the virus, parasites, all these are pathogens, something that can cause sickness. Okay, we call them pathogen, and they should not be inside of our body. Okay, so how actually the immune system function to protect us? We have two types of defense mechanism inside the body in general. The first type is the external defense, the physical barrier. For example, our skin, the largest organ, earwax inside our ears, saliva in the mouth, tears in our eyes. All these try to stop the entry of pathogens, okay, which means the first thing we want to make sure we are safe is to stop it from going inside, okay? Stop it from invading our body. In our stomach, even we have this mechanism. That is because we have acid, hydrochloric acid inside the stomach, which functions to help killing bacteria. So sometimes food, no matter how well you cook it, the preparation process and all, there could be still bacteria that we accidentally ingest, but we are still safe because we have this physical barrier. In our nose, there are mucus, there are hairs to stop all these pathogens from entering. However, there's always no 100%. So if a pathogen escape the first barrier, it will activate the internal defense, our second type of defense, which also can be categorized into two types of immunity in the internal defense. The first one is called the innate immunity. The second is called the adaptive immunity. Innate immunity is what we acquire since the day we are born. So even baby can have this innate immunity. This is a quick response, a quick defense response, but it is a general one, which means if our body come into contact with some specific viruses and bacteria, especially when these bacteria or viruses are very clever, like the COVID-19, for example. So if they are clever, our innate immunity may not be able to detect and kill them off fast enough. So under these circumstances, right, our body will start to get symptoms because of the invasion of this very clever virus or bacteria. And at this point of time, it will trigger the adaptive immunity. This is a specific immune response, but it is slower because it takes time for the body to recognize the antigen. Antigen is something that is caused by these viruses or bacteria. So when innate immunity is unable to help us, then all these pathogens the activity of this pathogen will trigger the adaptive immunity. This is also the last defense mechanism in our body. So we also say that the adaptive immunity has memory, the innate doesn't have. What is it about this memory? Which means because adaptive immunity is specific, it can remember exactly how to produce and what antibody to produce to kill a specific virus or bacteria. For example, if you have come into contact with a chickenpox virus before and you get symptom and you are healed from that, then your body will forever remember that about this virus and what antibody it should make to fight this virus off. So we call this an adaptive immunity. Okay, so this is the wonder about our immune system. It's very complex, but it is so important to help us and protect us from falling sick. So inside our immune system, what actually drives all this innate and adaptive immunity? It is all from our immune cells. We have plenty types of immune cells, as you can see here. And let's see what cells are involved in the innate immunity, which is a faster response. So we have macrophage, we have natural killer cell, we also call it as NK cell, dendritic cell, got a lot of legs, neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. These few, and macrophage, they are all white blood cell. So to make it simple, innate immunity relies on the white blood cells. So white blood cells will engulf, it will start to eat up whatever pathogen that is floating inside the blood. So this is how the white blood cell help us to kill pathogens before we get a worse symptom. Okay, and then adaptive immunity, what drives it is B cell and T cell. Okay, and T cell can always differentiate into more specific T cells. So these cells, for example, as you can see, B cells, it is the one that is working on producing antibody, okay, to help to fight off specific pathogen. And between the two, there is an overlap. T cell and natural killer T cell, both they involve in innate as well as adaptive immunity. So our body depends on all these immune cells to protect our body. So what we are actually looking into if we want to have a healthy immune system is to make sure that all these immune cells can function properly, okay, to drive whatever response that is supposed to be there. Now, the problem is that why sometimes our immune system couldn't function so well. It's either it is too reactive or underreactive. So if you understand about balancing, we cannot have something that is too much or too little. Both will cause problem. So this is similar to what we need in our immune system. We also need it to be balanced. So overreactive will cause problem and underreactive will also cause problem. But the manifestation of the problem will be a bit different. So let's see. Whatever that make us allergy, we have allergies, it means that our body immune system is responding to something that is normally not harmful to the average people. But if your body recognizes that thing as harmful substances, the external agents, then you will develop allergies. So this is because your immune system is overreacting to something that is normal to other people. That's when we call it as an allergies. So your immune system could be overreacting to something in the air, for example, the pollen from the flower, the animal's hair. All this is just something normal to most of the people. But people who are allergists, they could have sinus, asthma, hay fever, and people could also have skin allergies or conjunctivitis, inflammation, because their body just could not accept certain things that maybe is safe for other people. And then the second, this is a statistic that shows how many people actually suffers from asthma every year. It shows to us that this respiratory system problem is so common, and actually the health of our respiratory tract this year, 2020, is so important because we know that breathing, if we don't drink for 3 days, okay, that's harmful to us. If we don't eat for 7 days, that is harmful to us. But try holding your breath. So breathing is the first ever thing that we need for survival because we need oxygen. Okay, so we need to make sure that the respiratory system is healthy. And one of the things that can help to ensure that is to have a balanced immune system, so that we wouldn't be too reactive to things that is actually nothing to most of the people, which we call an allergies. The second type of problem caused by immune system due to overreactivity is autoimmune disease. This comes from the inside of our body when our immune system recognizes body cells as something that shouldn't be there and is harmful. So it starts attacking your own body. That's why these are the diseases that doctor could not really do anything about it aside from helping you to manage it, because it's coming from your own immune system. Your immunity is going the wrong way. For example, your immune cell attacks your joints, your bone joints. You will have rheumatoid arthritis causing inflammation, and then colitis, your digestive system. SLE manifests on, it can be any part of your body. Type 1 diabetes is an inborn problem. Most people who get it is children or teenager at a very early stage. Okay, it's not because of their diet or whatsoever. It's about autoimmunity. Vasculitis, psoriasis, a lot of this autoimmune system will manifest on our skin. So in Malaysia, people suffering from rheumatoid arthritis is 1 in 20 adults, and they could go as young as the age of 25 to the age of 50. So it's not a disease that is only for older people or elderly. And then the third type of problem caused by imbalanced immune system is underreactivity. And this is so common. This is the most common one that most people understand about immune problem, weakened immune system. So infection is caused by weakened immune system. And what is meant by infection is when the external agent, it could be bacteria, viruses, parasites, that invaded our body, causing symptoms, the expression of symptoms. The common ones are flu, cough, fever. In young children who are weaker in immunity, they tend to get hand, foot, and mouth diseases. Then hepatitis is when your liver is infected with virus. We have plenty different types of skin infection. Dengue, a type of mosquito-borne illness, and H1N1, H1N5, different types of just diseases that is transmitted from animals to human, including COVID-19 is also a type of infection. So while the pandemic is still going on, one thing that we should not forget is the mosquito-borne diseases. Every year in the tropical countries, mosquito-borne diseases kill at least 720,000 people, and up to 400 million people can be infected with dengue every year. Okay, dengue fever. So mosquito-borne diseases, there are different types. There are dengue fever, malaria, and many more. But just dengue itself, dengue fever, 400 million people are infected every year. This is crazy. And actually this year we are also facing with these dengue fever cases, a lot of dengue fever cases, while the pandemic is also going on. And there are more than 100 death cases recorded until September. Okay, so this is something that we should not forget, because it's constantly there. And why is it so? Not just because, mosquito likes places that is hot and humid and things like that, but if we are strong enough, right, we should not be affected that much. So it's also about our immune system. So the fourth problem caused by imbalanced system is tumor, or in other words, cancer. why is underreactive immune system can be related to cancer is because under normal circumstances, right, our body, the cell growth is regulated tightly. It should not be growing too fast or too slow. When your cell grow way too fast that is supposed to be growing, then a tumor will be developing. So the problem here is your immune system is supposed to detect and recognize a certain abnormal growth inside the body and try to stop it or kill it off. But if the immune system is too weak to detect that and capture it on time and destroy it on time, then it will lead to abnormal growth, causing tumor and then cancer. That is why it could be an internal factors. It also could be an external factors. For example, exposures to smokes, pollutants, and things like that. So it's a manifestation that happen because of the interaction of many different factors. Okay, but once again, regardless of the external factors, we should have a strong immune system to handle that. And every year, every 4 seconds, there is one person diagnosed with cancer globally. And also, according to global statistics, men are more likely to be diagnosed with women. And this could also be due to lifestyle, okay, which can affect our immunity in a way. So the question here is, right, or the answer that we get from what we understand earlier is that we need a balanced immune system. It's not just strong. We need it to be balanced, because that we now understand that overreactive and underreactive are both not good. And why we say that a strong and balanced immune system is the best therapy, because a lot of the problem diseases out there cannot be cured. Doctors don't have medication for it. All they do is just to help you manage the symptom, but the healing is still come from within of your body, to still rely on all your immune cells to help you to heal and recover. So we learned about different immune cells earlier in the slides. How do we modulate all this our immune system through these immune cells? Because we know that how the system function relies on these cells. There is a way that we can do to help to activate and modulate 8 different types of the immune cell. For example, the macrophage, the NK cell, and the neutrophil cell, they take part in destroying pathogens in an early stage. Dendritic cells, cytokines, they also help in a more specific way of destroying pathogens. And finally, these specific immune cell, T cell, B cell, LAK cell, they help in terms of fighting off specific pathogens or viruses by making antibody or specialized immune cell to help with all these immune response. So where and how can we help to modulate the immune system by these 8 strong immune cells? The answer is this. We have something here that is a powerful immune modulator. Let's dive further in and see what is actually inside there that is helpful. So the first thing, what is so special about it is the MIME. Okay, the miracle thing about this is the MIME, which we call it as the Mycelium Immunomodulator extract. This is an extract coming from a natural food. We'll learn about this later in the slide. Before that, okay, we need to know that the main ingredient that is helping us here is the MIME. This is a patented ingredient that is developed through research with Tokyo University. So it's from Japan, okay? And see what's next. What is so special about this MIME is that it is extracted from carefully selected super mushroom. It's not just a normal mushroom. It's a type of super mushroom whereby we are taking out the polysaccharides, okay, from the mycelia, which is these small parts here, okay. What we are getting there is actually the acylated alpha glucan. We'll see what is so special about this. So where we get this super mushroom from, they are selected ones from so many subspecies, and they are selected because the potency is the highest, okay, in their polysaccharides. So these ingredients, it's needed to be cultivated. It's not something we just pluck and use it. We need to cultivate it. So this process of cultivating it, it's also has been awarded with US patent. Okay, so it's something special. Let's see how special is that process. So this unique manufacturing process starts with getting the carefully selected super mushroom from the mycelia, and then they culture it to make sure that they grow in a larger number, and then the culture undergo a few steps, and then finally it's concentrated into these small soft gel that make it convenient for us to consume. And throughout this process, that is one very important steps to make sure the quality of this ingredient. That is a routine DNA pattern testing is done to verify the MIME identity, to make sure that what they culture is exactly the same from what we get from the original super mushroom that we have carefully selected of. So this is a very careful process, which is why this entire manufacturing process is patented. So just now we talk about this acylated alpha glucan, right? What is so special about this is it is so much smaller than the more common beta glucan. Because of the size is so small, it is good for absorption, as we know that our body prefer things that is broken down for absorption. So that is why it is more effective, as in when you can absorb, then your body can utilize it. More likely your body can utilize it and give better effects. So comparing to beta glucan, actually these acylated alpha glucan can help to increase our NK cell 100% more than the beta glucan. So this is what we call high absorption, high bioavailability, right? And then next up is because this MIME is so special that it has been studied by over 100 universities worldwide. So over 400 clinical studies have proven that, okay, this MIME can help to balance the immune system, reduce infection in our body, and many more, including how it helps to balance or modulate the immune system, because results shows that it can reduce the severity of virus and bacterial infection. It can improve or speed up the recovery speed from an infection. So which means that you're less likely to get infected. Even if you're infected, you can recover faster because your immune cells are functioning better. Okay. Besides that, studies also shows that MIME helps to improve or increase the number and activity of immune cell, which is really the fundamental thing that we need if we want our immune system to function normally, right? We do not want lazy and not enough these immune cell working in our body to protect us. The fourth one is studies also shows that MIME can reduce abnormal cell growth. So there are a lot of studies used in cancer patients, and it also shows that actually MIME helps to reduce the side effect that is being experienced when patients are undergoing active chemotherapy. It also found that because it reduces all these side effects. It improves the quality of cancer patient overall. Okay, and then the last one is it can also help to reduce asthma symptom. As we know that asthma is a type of respiratory problem, and similarly, besides asthma, it was also used to study people infected with cold and flu, and studies also shows very promising effect whereby it increased the recovery rate for people who are infected with such infection. So there are so many clinical studies. I just pick one to show you the results. For example, how do we say that MIME can help to reduce asthma symptom? When people are diagnosed with asthma, one of the things that they can check, there's a marker inside the body, is the E and O levels. So after taking MIME, it was shown that the subjects being studied, they have much lower ENO levels inside them after 8 weeks of consuming this MIME. So the statistic shows that after 8 weeks, this ENO has reduced by 48% in asthma patient. This is a very significant result. So another one, it's about MIME and influenza. So as you can see from the graph, red color is with MIME, blue color is just control without MIME as an additional supplement while treating them. Okay, so it shows that MIME helped to improve the immune response of these viral infection. Okay, for example, influenza. So they help to increase the T cell activities and the NK cell in the lungs, because we are talking about respiratory system, right? So all in all, we all need this immune modulator food because we are staying in a modern life nowadays. Not that we are not we didn't try our best to take good care of our health, but a lot of times because of modern lifestyle, it is harder for us to maintain a well-balanced life. Somehow we may need supplements or health food to further enhance our health. So there's a saying that, of course, we all need to begin with a well-balanced diet, but some of us we probably need health food and health supplement to further enhance or optimize our health. So while if you're interested to know how can I take this product, for adults it's 1 soft gels 2 times daily. This is for anybody who is currently healthy and would like to maintain and improve. This is your recommendation. For immune modulator dosage, for example, you knew that you have a weakened or more imbalanced immune system, you probably need more help. So you can take higher dosage, but you start stage by stage. So if you're new to this, from day 1 to day 3, you can take 2 soft gel daily, and then from day 4, you can take 5 to 6 soft gels daily, which means that you can divide it into 2 to 3 times. Okay, not one shot 5 to 6. You can divide it so you can absorb it better. Okay, so while the pandemic is still going on and the cases are still rising in Malaysia and other Southeast Asia country, just final gentle reminder to everybody that building a healthy immune system is a long-term task. It doesn't happen just 1 second right away. So it is something we need to do on a long-term basis, okay? Including your balanced diet, get whatever nutrients that you're supposed to get on a daily basis, regular exercise, improve your blood flow, because blood flow also helps your immune cell to circulate to all the parts of your body, supplying oxygen to your cells so that they can work. Get adequate sleep and rest so that your immune system also gets to rest and recover and heal and work again the next day. Good hygiene, wash your hand, wear the mask when you're out, manage stress will also suppress our immune system. And finally, do not smoke and do not go near to somebody who is smoking. So that is all from me, and I hope that everybody gets a healthy immune system. We all are safe, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much. Bye.